If you are part of the ocean means what? You are a drop into the ocean. So bhakti. Now you come to know this, that you are part of the ocean, that becomes knowledge. Now you keep moving like a particle in the part of as a drop in that whole ocean, that is karma.
In addition to Ashtanga Yoga, those yoga with 8 steps, 8 kind of rules that we have to follow, there is also this mention of Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Raja Yoga, etc. How are these two related?
Okay. See, from where you are taking reference, from Patanjali or Buddha or current, Ashtanga Yoga means those all 8 limbs of yoga, that is Yam, Niyam, Asana, Pranayam, Pratyahara, Dharana, and Dhyana, Samadhi. That is how it is. Now in Buddhist tradition they have right livelihood, right seeing, Samyak Vach, Samyak Darshan, Samyak Gyan, Samyak Ajiv. So they define it that way. So that they call limbs. Now then it comes to the Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and Karma Yoga. See, if you go this way also, then also the result is same. If what is your aim? Your means anybody who is involving into yoga. So if word yoga is there, then anything, either you say Ashtanga, that means you are defining it, trying to decipher yoga in this process, this way, Ashtanga Yoga. So that it doesn't make any difference to the yoga. If you are defining it in Karma, Bhakti, Jnana Yoga, means you have taken another way to define yoga, which suits you. Somebody who is more of a person, all kinds of person are there. Somebody is more of emotional nature, so their Bhakti Yoga suits them, which is very good. Ultimately everybody has to go through that Bhakti only, whether they are Karma Yogi or Jnana Yogis. Jnana also is not complete until you become devotee, Bhakta. So that is the thing which one has to comprehend. Somebody is more of an intellectual nature, so they begin with Jnana Yoga. Don't know, I want to know everything. Somebody say, no, I am not interested much into knowing. My job is how to do the job. Something I have to execute it. I am more of a work person. So according to the pravritti, and deeper if you go, then Sat Rajtam. In them the Sat is more prominent, they go for the knowledge. Rajas people generally go for the karma and bhakti both. And then the tamas people, they mostly indulge into the karma and this thing only, karma yoga. But there is no such classification in real terms, because they all three mingle. It is not that those who are rajas, they do not have tam and sat, all three, because they are part of our being, so they cannot be separated. Only extent of one is more in one person, and extent of another is in another more. That is how it is. Intensity. So somebody has a more intensity towards sat, that means knowledge. Other is having towards work, other is having towards bhakti. So this is how it should be seen. They are not different. They are being defined different approaches to the same yoga. Yoga remains same. The union, that your individual identity, how it reaches to its ultimate. And then you start functioning. Till then, whatever you have been told, you keep doing until you realize that, oh, this is how I am. And then from there, it is like climbing on a hill, just so to give a simile, because you can't tell much about such thing. You reach to the top, then whatever way you had taken, it doesn't matter. Whether somebody put you through the helicopter on the top, whether you on foot you went there, or whether you went on an animal or something. Ultimately, when you are on the top, you see, oh, this is how it looks from here, everything. But journey will be different. Somebody who has been dropped from the helicopter will have a different kind of view. So in same way, these are different paths. Then there is no much difference. either even if you are following any yoga, then also these things you will follow. Yam, niyam, asana, pranayam, pratyahar, dharana, dhan, samadhi. Even if you take Buddhist tradition, then also samyak ajiyu you will do, samyak living, which you call, you will go, samyak seeing, you will be seeing things rightfully. All those things will be there. So, will they yield to the same result? There can be discussion on that. But there can be no discussion on this, that yoga means the same thing, union of realizing your own individual identities, oneness with the universal identity or ultimate identity, supreme identity. Realizing that you are part of the whole. That is yoga. So no difference in that sense. Only approaches according to the tendencies of the people, their previous lives, accordingly they are choosing things. And more they realize and they move towards less and less. Means instead of falling into 8 path or 10 tenfold, they will come on to the Jnana Bhakti Karma, and then in that also they will again come back to the Bhakti Yoga. That ultimately you are part of the whole means bhakti only, no, simple. If you are part of the ocean means what? You are a drop into the ocean. So bhakti. Now you come to know this, that you are part of the ocean, that becomes knowledge. Now you keep moving like a particle in the part of as a drop in that whole ocean, that is karma. So it is way of looking at it. There is no difference in my understanding between bhakti, jnana or karma yoga. All yogas are the same, only the journey of the individuals is different. So one common thing among all is that of the guru and the shishya. That is why we call this is the only way. There is no other way of saying it, that if we have to go to our own reality, then Guru Shishya Parampara is the only way. Tradition may differ. In any tradition you go, but this remains as it is. That is why it is called Sanatana Guru Parampara first, and later only it is Sanatana Dharma. So clarity, purity and correctness, these things in some way in today's terminology will help us to figure out that all yogas are referring to the same yoga. There is no difference.